Hey guys, this is my 2003 Yamaha YZF 600R, or basically R1 engine with a different body style, more relaxed touring set style. But you know, if you want the speed of an R6 but you want a just more relaxed style instead of aggressive sitting position, this is a bike that I went with and you should go with too. And it does look pretty. And basically in this video I wanted to go over pros and cons of buying a bike from Craigslist, and also I wanted to go over a good starter bike, because a lot of people have that question, is what's a good starter bike? Okay, so pros and cons of buying from Craigslist. I bought this bike from Craigslist, and I'd say good things about buying from Craigslist is it's going to be cheaper than it would be if you bought it from a dealership, yes. We also have different little aspects that you should go over when you're buying a bike from Craigslist. For instance, one, check out fairing damage, because fairings are pretty expensive, and if you're not sure what fairings are, it's these plastic pieces. See, this one has a little scratch right here, a little scuff mark, and I think that's about it on this side. But on this side it's a little bit worse, because I think it's where it got dropped. Right here on the fairing you can see it's broke, or it's cracked from up here all the way right there, and you like try to glue this. The previous owner tried to like glue this a little bit so it stays together. And it's got a little scratch around on the little frame here. I don't know if that's easy to see or not with the flash, and the little engine mount has a little bit of scuff, but you do, if you see scratches like this, and it's hard to tell on these sport bikes, but you kind of want to check the frame, the actually like metal part, and I'm trying to find my welds here. I don't know, this bike is a little hard to see, but because these frames are completely in the way on both sides. But I think mostly the welds on both sides right here, so, and they look good. So, and to save yourself from embarrassment, practice your friction zone of your clutch, you know, the part where you let out, because on most bikes your friction zone starts about right here, and then you let off slowly, and then you're off. But on mine, it's about right here, my friction zone, right there. So pretty much all the way back. So just practice your friction zone if you're buying it, and because it gets awkward when you're standing there and you kill the bike multiple times. So I definitely say just try out your friction zone for a while and get used to that. And another thing is check out your miles. Mine has 21,355, it looks like. I can't really take off that flash. There you go. It's a better view. And another thing is to check fluid levels. On my bike, my brake fluid level is right there. If you want to stand your bike kind of normal, there's a little upper and a lower. If my thing wants to focus here, see, there's lower and there's upper, and the fluid is kind of, if I can get it flat, it'd be right in the middle, which is good. You want to check that. Another thing while you're over here, check your throttle response. You should always have a nice rollback from your throttle, which this one does, so that's good. And make sure if your bike is carbureted, you know where your, or if it's a cold-blooded, not just carburetor bikes have this, but if it's cold-blooded, make sure you know where your choke is. Mine is right here. The previous owner put a little notch right there to not let me know how far, but really it's just all the way back. It'll go, that's your choke, and then all the way back to off. Now back to fluids. Your oil, or at least my oil. God, it's hard to see in these bikes, but I'm trying to get the best reading, or let you guys see it. And it's kind of a little bit of a bitch to find, and I don't know why I can't find it. So hopefully this isn't too awkward. There it is right there. And there's two little dots that my oil should be about, and I'd have to get my bike standing straight, and that's a little bit hard to do with just me. So there's my oil back right in there. Check your oil, be sure that's good. And this is kind of awkward when you're doing it just but yourself, or I mean just doing it, because the guy's just like, what the fuck is he doing? Sorry, my little flapping away, like what the fuck is he doing? But okay, now good starter bikes, because a lot of people have that question about what should a good starter bike be. And honestly, here's what me and a lot of other YouTubers say. They say you should go ahead with going what you think. Now, when I first thought I'd get a bike, that was about maybe 4 months ago. I was set on a Ninja 250R. I was set because I liked the body style, and everything else. But that was the only thing that I saw for cheap on Craigslist, and for my amount of money and the funds, and it looked good. And then when I told my dad, because he's had like a V-Star, and he's got currently a 2013 like Road Glide or something like that. I don't really pay attention to Harley Davidsons, because everyone knows that Harley Davidson riders hate sport bike riders. So I occasionally get the little wave from Harley riders, but usually it's just me and other sport bikes that wave to each other. Just the other day, it got waved up by a GS6R Gixxer, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, back to beginner bikes. Sorry, this is a little off. If you're, I don't know, me personally, I am 6 foot tall and 155 pounds, and I would still do pretty good with the Ninja 250R. It's just I don't want a Ninja 250R as a starter bike. If you're going to get a starter bike and you're about my size, go ahead, get a 600cc. A lot of people are going to say, don't get a 600cc. You're going to kill yourself on a 600cc. If you're mature enough, you don't have to go 0 to 100 every place you want to go in 3 seconds and you'll be fine. I mean, just practice on it. Get the hang of the bike. Don't just ramp it up to 100 miles an hour before you can blink your eye, because that's when people end up dead. So just keep that in mind. Actually, here comes a sport bike now. I can hear it. Where is it? There's a Gixxer. I don't know if that was really good quality, but get what you want. Don't get what other people say. I was a little bit nervous getting a 600cc sport bike, and after a little bit of working and checking it out and looking at YouTube views and checking videos from YouTube, I ultimately decided that the 600cc would be the way to go. And I went ahead and got it. Took it out for a test ride when I bought it. Before I bought it, took it out for a test ride. Everything went fine. Brakes are good. And it's a lot of fun. And I know I'm saying about being mature about your bike, but if you get a Ninja 250R, you fucking start that thing, and it's gonna, like, you could ramp it in first gear, and it's just gonna be like, wee. You ramp that thing in first gear, and I'm pretty sure you could get that front wheel off the ground. Not too high off the ground, but still, you could probably get it off the ground. And yeah, I guess it's completely up to you for your first starter bike. If you're about my size and you want something like this, or like a Yamaha R6, I would totally get it. Sorry, I completely lost my track with the camera, but there we are. Yeah, I guess that pretty much ends it. Hopefully I covered the starter bike thing. Just make sure, for getting a starter bike, get what you want, not what other people want you to do. If they're like, oh, don't get a Ninja 250R, that's for pussies. It's not their money that's being spent, it's your money. So get what you want, get what you like. For my funds, I wanted I saw this on Craigslist for $2,000. I talked them down to $1,900, which is Not that bad, but still, this bike was valued at $2,800 the way it sits, so. And it needs new tires, so I can do that later, or eventually, but. Yeah, right now it's just sitting here, and I'm not too shabby with it. I like the bike. I do not quite have it registered. I mean, I do have it registered. I just got insurance on it today, so it is insured, and we're going to get license plates on it tomorrow, so I can ride it on the streets tomorrow and everything else. And I'm pretty excited about that. I've been riding around the block and up and down the streets here, and I have actually hit up a couple roads, but illegally, and also just hoping to God there wasn't any cops, and there wasn't. So yeah, when you're buying from Craigslist, be sure to check all your cosmetic, which is stuff on the outside. Go ahead and check stuff on the inside, make sure it runs, make sure the motor's good, and then yeah. If you're curious about a new starter bike, go with what you want. If you want to get a Ninja 250R to learn on, go ahead, get a Ninja 250R to learn on. If you want to get a bigger bike to learn on, I wouldn't start on 1,000cc like a Hayabusa or anything. I would definitely get a 600cc 750. I don't know. If your thing isn't sport bikes and you more or less like cruisers, then they have like CB 750 Nighthawks or stuff like that. But that's just my 2 cents on everything. So yeah, go ahead, like this video, share it with your friends, give me a couple comments, tell me what you think, and hopefully I can get back to you. But anyways, this is the end of my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys want to see in future videos, okay? Alright, see ya.